Hi, my beautiful friends. So today I thought I would get ready with you and me for work. I have about an hour before I am set to leave. And I lost my lip liner. And this is a look that I do each morning to really be quick, fast, and in a hurry. And so I look put together for work. My hair is not styled yet. I just threw it up so it's out of my face. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Charlie. I love doing lifestyle videos. Very old school feel. Now, I know I'm going to get questions about this. This is not the proper cage for any type of small animal, I know, but I'm going to tell you the backstory. The little mouse in there, let me pull you back just a little bit, has only been here for 3 days. My husband and I are going to hopefully here very, very soon build him an enclosure. So let me tell you the backstory before anyone like freaks out, because I would too. Right after I shave my mustache. Uno momento. Okay, I self-tan, so my foundation's going to be, hopefully it will match. I think this is going to be way too dark. Maybe I'll use a lighter foundation. Maybe I'll use my, oh, I'm so sorry, my tried and true, and just darken up my face with bronzer so that we don't look too crazy. So the foundations that I have been loving are the Revlon Color Stay. I'm sorry, there's a reason it's been in the drugstore for the last 20 years. So this is 180 beige, something beige. There is absolutely a reason this has never, ever kind of lost steam, because it's that good. I'm sorry, it's probably one of the best full coverage foundations that work for most skin types, but make sure you get the combination oily. Unless you're so oily, like that you get oily the second you put makeup on, then maybe try the dry one. But this one has really worked well, and I have pretty normal, so I don't know. You use your judgment. And then the L'Oreal Pro Glow and this one's not the Pro Glow, I'm sorry. This is the Pro Matte, and the Pro Glow are both equally good. Okay, so let's get into why I have a mouse in the first place. He's very skittish. He's not very, very friendly right now, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. My daughter, this is an animal household. It probably always will be till, I don't know, till the end of time. So I literally, you guys, this is how crazy. I hope you're not too close to my face. I'm blind as a bat, so it's very hard for me to see. So I have a dog literally willed to me if something ever happened to its owner. That's how like serious people know me. Let me try to get you a little bit better so you're not directly on the side of my face, and then that light is going to shine in. Maybe that will help. I'm looking to get like a suction, because I have a giant mirror. The mirror I have is about 13 inches this way and probably 10 across. It's huge. Beauty mirror. My husband bought it for me years ago because I have such trouble seeing. And I'm thinking of getting like a suction cup to suction it to the mirror so that you are right in front of me instead of at these awkward angles and me always like this, so I'm out of frame. So I have a dog willed to me. Her name is Macaroni. Well, macaroni and cheese, but Mac. She's a tiny little poodle. She's a mini poodle. Our friend Donna, well, she's my grandmother's best friend. She's like 65, I believe. And she rescued the poodle from, I don't know. I think she worked at the police station, believe it or not. She's very smart, but she's an old girl. But she's my best girl. Like, she's one of my favorite dogs. She's probably the reason I wouldn't bring a third dog in. God forbid I had to ever take her. That's how special she is to me. And she's not even my dog. When my grandmother gets to babysit her, she's one of the poodles are so awesome. I'm telling you, I've never seen a dog so well behaved and sweet. It could just be her, but I'm telling you, she's one of the best dogs. She'll just sit on your lap, and she's so food motivated, like a little fat girl, and she loves cheese. I just love everything about her. So that's how special animals are to my family. My poor husband, one time years ago, accidentally, of course, hit a squirrel. And when I tell you, to this day, he is traumatized. It literally traumatized the poor man. So my daughter will often call me up with ridiculous things like, hey, can we take this animal? Can we take this animal? So her friend Gianna's boyfriend, I guess, raises reptiles. So in the past, we talked about, this is like a long story short, I'm trying to do it quick. We talked about adopting a bearded dragon. We had a friend who had inherited a bearded dragon and a gecko and had tons of cages, and it was like one of those huge tanks, like almost ridiculously huge. It's bigger than my vanity. And he's like, you can have it once you find a breeder. I think I have a hair on my face. But that fell through because I looked into bearded dragons, and while they're pretty cool animals, they're a lot of work, and I just don't know if I have the time right now, and I don't want to be irresponsible and take such a... People don't realize, like, reptiles need a lot of care. I feel like if I could recommend an animal to somebody who wants something low maintenance, I would say a cat. I never realized how awesome and low maintenance cats are until I got 2 dogs. Cats are incredibly self-sufficient. They just want to be fed and left alone. Cats are amazing, easy animals. If you want something easy, a cat or a goldfish. There's that bitch. I see that hair. Got it. Sheesh. So, long story short, we didn't take the bearded dragon because it was just a lot of work. And my husband works in the city in New York 4 days a week, and I work 4 days a week, 4 10-hour days, sometimes 5 8-hour days. It just depends as a caregiver. So we typically tell her no. And then recently, her boyfriend's dog accidentally got pregnant. Truly accidentally. And they know how we are with animals, so they have been like jokingly but not jokingly hounding us to take this dog. They got 3 puppies. They have one going to a friend or a family member. They think they might keep one, and then they need to get the other one. There's 2 girls and a boy. I've never had a female dog, even though my sister has her female boxer, whom I very much love. She's the sweetest girl. That's my grandbaby. But I'm like, right now in my life, it's so irresponsible to take a dog when we're not... A puppy, nonetheless. Not even just a dog. When my dogs are 5 and 6, or 5 and 7, I'm sorry. My cat's 7. They're all used to a routine. They're really not home more than, I'd say, 7 hours by themselves. I am home till about 8:30. They go out at 8:30. My daughter gets home at 2:30. So they're not really home alone a lot, but that's too much time in between for a puppy. So when I got my Gilligan, this is a long story to tell you about the mouse. I am so sorry, but I haven't seen you in a while, so I'm getting ready. I might as well tell you. So I got Gilligan through COVID. And that was a nightmare, and it was the worst experience with a dog because he's not socialized now. He's very unsocialized. He's very difficult to have people here. He's just now becoming better with people. And now we can have people actually over. But before, and he still will tell you if he doesn't like somebody. Trust and believe. So through COVID, he wasn't really socialized because we weren't able to be around many people, which is so bad for dogs. Luckily, he's small, so it's not like I have to really worry about him being too much of a bite risk. It's not like a German Shepherd, which I have a hell of a story for that one. Is biting you. So, all that to tell you, we love animals. My daughter, like I said, her friend's boyfriend raises reptiles. She always will be like, oh, he has a snake. He'll give us everything for it, and we just have to take it. I'm like, no, Brooke, I'm not home enough, and you're going to start beauty school in August. We're not home enough to take on the responsibility of another animal. My dogs are already in a routine. That's the same thing with the dog. I said no to the puppy because while, trust me, the breed is a fantastic breed and I want the dog. Trust me. I want this dog more than anything. It's irresponsible. I would be an irresponsible person by taking a dog when we're all working and my daughter's going to be in beauty school full time. So she called me and she said, Mom, Gianna has a mouse, her friend. Can we bring it? Can I bring it home and take it? I'm like, no, what do you mean? So the school, I guess they're stuck in the 80s, I don't know, buys all these mice at, let's say, PetSmart or Petco, has these kids do fucking experiments on them. I don't know what, guys, because I didn't ask, because it bothered me. My daughter's graduating in 2 weeks. I'm not ruffling feathers right now. I might send a letter in after she graduates and act like a Karen. I don't know yet. Or a Barbara or just a bitch. I don't know. Nothing wrong with being a bitch, that's for sure. I always feel like when I put self-tanner on, my makeup never lays correctly because I feel like it just dries me out. Look, I put on so much oil and look at my skin. It just like dries. So I was like, I don't care. What does the animal have? She's like, oh, it has a cage, it has a wheel, and it has some food. I'm like, you know what? What happens if you don't take the mouse? Because there was so many of them. There was at least 25 mice, and 2 of them had fucking babies, you guys. So they're doing experiments. I don't think it's anything like too crazy. This is the Ofra beautiful palette. Midi Palette Sunset Dreams. And I'm using the cream product. This is so good. Look at the blend on this. This is ridiculously good. It is pricey, but it's going to last you forever. And it is so good. Look at that. It blends like a dream. I should have done my eyebrows first. I don't know why I got distracted. So she's like, it has a cage, whatever. She sends me a picture of the mouse. I'm like, golly, that's a big mouse. In the picture, he looked huge. I've had mice in the past. I had Toshi and PB, Princess Bubblegum. Fan of Adventure Time, then you would know PB is Princess Bubblegum. We had those mice for like 2 years. They were amazing. We trained them, believe it or not. Let me do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. If you want, I'll show you what they look like. If you want me to show you how I do them in another video, I will. But we will be here forever, so let me do this. Okay, I'm in the boat with, it's good enough. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I just want to get my eyebrows on. I don't even care. I don't care what they look like as long as they're on. So she brings this mice home. I'm like, oh, I said to her, what happens if we don't take them? And are other kids, like, are other students taking some of them home? She's like, some of them are, some aren't going to be finding homes. The girl, Gianna, the reason she couldn't take this one is because her boyfriend already offered to take 2 mice, which is very, very generous of him, to be perfectly honest, because he's not a student there. Just let me see if I had another clean. Yes, I do. Without eyeshadow on it. So she says he comes with all this stuff. If we don't take them, some of them are going back to the pet store, which I know was bullshit, because one time my fish had babies and there was hundreds of them, and I asked every pet store that was a chain place if they could take some of them, and they said they do not take animals and they do not take back animals. So I knew they were lying. So the other option was that they were going to feed these live mice to a snake she has. I understand the food chain. I don't need to be explained it. I get the natural cycle of life. I completely understand that there are animals out there. I love snakes. I do. I love every animal except for kangaroos. They freak me out a little bit. And you can say that doesn't make you an animal. No, kangaroos, not the little ones. Those big giant kangaroos are a little weird. And they freak me out just a little bit. And I'm not like, I don't go gaga over freaking zebras. Okay, sue me. I know that's very weird. But every other animal, including spiders, I love spiders. I know that's weird, but I do. I'm setting it with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I love spiders. I leave spiders in the house, little ones, because I think they're good for just the environment, you guys. I love them. I think they're great. I don't know why people are afraid of them, but I don't judge. I guess the same way I'm afraid of centipedes and cockroaches. So I was so upset. Number one, this mouse has lived such a miserable life. He's only 2 weeks old. He's been left in a traveling case. I'm talking about the one that you put them in to take them to the vet. So this is a very big difference. My husband and I are going to figure out what to do with him this weekend. He's only been in it 3 days. He's already improved vastly since we've got him. So she brought him home in this little tiny cage. I'm telling you, it was maybe this width. It was ridiculous. I'm like, Brooke, why is he in this? She's like, I don't know. This is what they kept them in. I'm telling you, a half an inch of bedding. And it's not the kids' fault because they don't know proper care if the adults aren't teaching them. Half an inch of bedding, nowhere to burrow, nowhere to hide, nowhere to get comfortable. They put a plastic tube in, which I ended up keeping the plastic tube because it smelled like him. And I thought, you know what, maybe it would help him integrate. He can't even climb up the tube, the side. He doesn't even know how to. That's how sad of a life he's had. They had him in bedding with a little bit of food, and they took his wheel from him because he was annoying. He's a fucking mouse. So we put him in this instantly, running around. Because before, and I'm going to tell you what, at first I was like, you know what, I'm going to order something off Amazon. I'm going to wait. When I came home and he was sleeping in the little tube with no bedding, I'm like, no way. I can't do this. I can't handle this. This is morally wrong. I have to put him in something temporarily. And he's tiny, you guys. He's so little. That place probably feels like a mansion for him. So I put in, you can kind of see right here, he is bundled up in so much bedding. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's 3 times the amount that they had him in. I think I have a picture, but I don't know if I want to upset anybody. So that's the story of how we got Marvin. I didn't name him. I wanted to call him Casey because I thought he was a cool ass mouse and like a cowboy from Yellowstone, but my daughter really was set on Marvin, and he's beautiful. He is all black. His tail's black. His little palms of his feet are pink, and everything on him is this midnight beautiful black. So I'm assuming she named him after the singer Marvin Gaye. Who knows with these kids? And it kind of fit. He just looked like a Marvin. Maybe she just came up with it. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. She probably just liked the name Marvin. So he's been happy. I got him pumpkin seeds, his food from the school, because I didn't want to like fuck up his digestive system because of what he's been eating. He's never been handled, so he's not very friendly, which is okay. They don't need to be. There's no reason to handle him other than to clean his cage. I got him the bedding that was the safest, whatever, the one that was recommended online. And I got him, he has a beautiful wheel in there, his little water. He drinks a lot of water. I got him pumpkin seeds, sunflower, unsalted, all. I give him a half a blueberry for a treat. We've tried cranberries, which he loved, dried cranberries without sugar. Check out Aldi's. Aldi's has a lot of really good like nut products. That's what he's been loving, but the pumpkin seeds seem to be his literal favorite, and the blueberries. Oh, and I gave him a pasta noodle, an egg noodle with nothing on it, no salt. It wasn't boiled in salt, nothing. And I gave him a piece like this size of the tip of my finger. No, not even that big. Of a lightly salted, yes it was, but I only give him this in moderation, rice cake. I'm sorry, my closet door is open. There's nothing in it yet. I haven't brought out my summer stuff. This is just an impromptu quick get ready with me. I wasn't even going to, but someone said they really missed some of my videos, so I'm trying to get back into filming, because once you get out of it, it's like hard to get back into. And this is my favorite. This is my hobby. This is something I enjoy. I don't get money for it. I do it because I love it. So I want to get back into it. I did wipe off my lips. I probably should put lip liner on. So that's how we ended up with little Marvin. I'm hoping to make him one of those, I saw something on Pinterest, on Amazon that I loved. And I think my husband and I can make it. We're going to make, what the hell is that game where you, cornhole for the kids for their graduation party. So I think we can make, with any leftover wood, we're going to make him something to make him a little more comfortable and something that he can burrow at least 4 inches, because he's not the size of a hamster. So I'm thinking that a little less would be okay. He's so small, but he still needs to be able to burrow to feel safe. I probably won't handle him much. And I put him in here, which is my makeup room, because it's quiet. The lights are off most of the time. And he can have, and my cat noticed him, and she was kind of fucking with the cage. So he stays in here up high and the door gets shut. So don't worry. Crap. She can't get anywhere near him. Not that she can get in there, but I don't want her. I noticed he noticed her. And I was like, yeah, that's it. Nope. He got scared and I didn't want to deal with it, because he does not deserve, after the life he's had, to deal with it. I know some people think I'm crazy, but you guys, I think every life is important. Honestly, if I don't even have to kill a housefly, I try not to. My mother was that way, and I kind of am that way too. I try to like never kill spiders, and if I have to get a spider out, like a daddy long legs, because they're not my favorite, I kind of just very carefully take them out of the house. But I try to not kill anything. Now, I'm telling you now, if there was like a roach or I have a very traumatic situation with those. When I was younger, I was at a county fair, and they had the Madagascar ones, those giant ones, and the guy put it on me, and I freaked out, or was trying to, I'm sorry, and I hid behind a tree. So yes, it was traumatizing. So now with the German Shepherd story, because I'll get 2 things out of the way. My daughter's graduating. We not accepted, but we paid the fee to hold her spot at a really nice mom and pop hairdressing school. It's not like a Paul Mitchell or like one of the higher end ones. It's mom and pop. It's one of the best schools in our area. It's about a half hour from our house, and I loved supporting it because it was owned by a family. She's so excited. She starts in August, and she's gonna be a coloring specialist. Now she'll do 70% hair, 30% of everything else: nails, pedicures, facials, barbering, all that. So she'll have a full cosmetology license. She's doing a year there, about a year, full time, from Monday through Friday. Sorry. Then the second half, they're going to get her on a different schedule to get her used to salon scheduling. 6 months in, she'll get an apprenticeship at a salon. If she loves it, she will be offered a job, they said, because they work with a lot of local salons. If for some reason she does not like the salon she's in, they have connections to help you with job placement. That was my biggest fear, was job placement. They have a social media room. The school is stunning. It was like a fucking maze, you guys, like a labyrinth. Every time we went into a different door, I'm like, does this school ever end? It was incredible. The people there are fantastic. The environment is beautiful. It's immaculate. I loved it. So that's exciting. And then my sister, Gabrielle, who I've been her guardian since she was... I've always had my sisters, but I didn't become her legal guardian until 2015. That's basically my children. There's going to be a day where I've been their mother longer than my mom got to, which really, really makes... Oh, that's the wrong eye. I always do this eye first, which really makes me sad. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me pause this. I got to get close to see. I can't see anything. Okay, my eyeliner is on. I think my eyeliner is finally drying out. I've had this now for about 6 months. These have replaced my Physicians Formula. If you go back on any of my videos, I highly recommended the Physicians Formula. I loved that for years. I loved it for so many years, and I think they changed the formula, and everyone I had gotten since then had dried out. So I tried the NYX Epic Liner. These could last you forever. I store mine always upside down just to make sure the most pigment comes to the bottom. And sometimes too much comes, so I'll flip it back up for a day or two. This is amazing. It's like $10, and it will give you a sharp wing. They're not as pigmented because, like I said, I've had that for a while. I definitely use my products way longer than I should. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't waste, especially powder products, to me is ridiculous. So my sister Gabrielle made the decision to join the Army. She left on Memorial Day, funny enough. She went and tried to become a Marine. Hold on, let me put my lip liner on. So she went to go into the Marines. I don't know if I ever talked about this much or at all. My one eyebrow is a little messed up. She wasn't even going in as like a recruit. She was going in as a officer because she has a bachelor's and was working on her master's, and school she basically ran out of money for school. She was very close to being a physician's assistant. The money just became way too much. She decided she was going to join the Marines as an officer, but she went up against men and women that have been doing this as their entire career, their whole life. To me, I felt it was unfair anyway to even have her go against these people. Unfair to them, unfair to her, because she didn't have the experience they did. She ended up getting 2 stress fractures in her leg and was medically sent home during boot camp twice. Then they said she couldn't continue. So she took a year off, maybe 2 years, I don't know. She did physical therapy, and she worked at the gym with her husband, who is also a combat veteran from the Marines. She got into the most amazing shape. I've never seen her look so good. She bulked up, she looked incredible, and she told me one day she showed up at my house with a bottle of champagne and a note that said, "I'm sorry," and she left and never came in, and texted my daughter. My husband told her, "Get your ass home now. What the hell are you doing?" And she told me she was trying for the Army. She's going to go in the Army, and she is going to work in a lab. They're going to train her. She's in boot camp now. And then they will train her to do blood, like work on people's blood and urine. She's excited. And then after a certain amount of time, they will help her pay off her student loans. I don't know if her husband and her are staying together. It's not my business. I am my sister's keeper, not his. If they choose to stay together, they're going to live apart for a long time. I don't understand their relationship. I don't have to. I just have to support my sister. That's basically my child, and I love her. And there's going to be a time, like I said, where I've been her mom longer than our biological mom got to be. I will be flying in August, right around the same time my daughter starts school, for her graduation. It's very important to me that I'm there to kind of tap her out, I guess is what it's called. I need her to have this win. She has hit roadblocks along the way of everything she's tried. She needs this win. I'm praying to Mother Earth, everyone, my mom, to please let her have this one win, because she deserves it. She has been through so much, and she's failed at more shit than I've ever tried. And I'm very proud of her, and I just want her to get this win, because this would be an amazing career for her. I don't know where she'll end up, but she won't be like in the front line, like if there was ever, you know what. She will be testing blood. She will be working in the medical aspect, and hopefully someday she'll be either a physician's assistant, or she'll continue to work in a lab, or maybe a doctor. She's very close to her degree. So that's what she's been doing. Am I scared? Yes. No matter what, with everything going on in the world, with the way oh no, my little light died. Don't die on me now. I'm almost done. With the way the world is, I think my light's about to die. No. This little light's really good. Yeah, it's gonna die. I'm gonna have to go plug it in really quick. I guess it doesn't. Let's try to hope and hurry. Oh no, it died on me again. Is the lighting that bad? I don't think so. Am I nervous? Yes. With the way the world is, absolutely. It scares me. I don't love that she's doing this, but I've learned in the past that telling my sister what to do does not work for her. So I have to just support her, and if she makes it, I am so thankful, and she's gonna make it. She is. But I also told her if this time around she doesn't, she's gonna come home and live with me. She's gonna save up money until she's financially stable, and that's it. There's no more questions. And whatever her husband chooses to do, they've lived apart many times. They're a very odd couple. They're more like, they've been together since they were kids, so they're more like roommates. I don't know. I don't want to judge because I don't know. So moving on, that's what is like the biggest news in my life. So in August, I'm going to bring you guys along to her graduation, and then she moves on to her schooling, and then she'll have another graduation. I don't know where in the country that will be, but I will be there because I want my kids to know that I've always, 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 always been their biggest fan. That's the most important thing. And I screamed so loud that they never noticed the people that weren't screaming for them. And that's important to me. The most important. I'm also filming a what I wore this week. So right after this I will, and then I got to get going. So I am running behind. I got to do my hair and get out the door because it is 7:30. So about the German Shepherd, my husband and our neighbor and us have been relatively friendly sorry, the lighting kind of got weird. My light died and I don't have time to charge it. I do apologize. If it's too bad, I'll cut all this. We've been friendly. I think nothing scares me more than fighting with a neighbor. I never have, and I really don't want to ever have issues with a neighbor. I really don't. So he's been our neighbor since a year after we moved in, and everything's been fine. We share lawnmowers, we share everything. Everything's been pretty good, but he was also in a long-term relationship when he moved in with a girl that he had been with for like 8 years. They had problems. Not my business. I didn't love the way he treated her. Again, not my business. Unless he was being physically abusive, you can't really involve yourself in grown people's stuff, you know? I do feel like he was a little bit verbally abusive and very obnoxious. He's also a retired police officer and military. I know that doesn't matter, but I just felt safe with him there, I thought. So they recently broke up, and he's been kind of weird since then, partying. And he's not young. He's young, you guys, but he's not a kid. He's like 40, mid-40s. And he's been partying a lot, and, you know, the shit that happens when men get out of long-term relationships. If they don't get into another one, they're acting a fool. And he often comes home very inebriated. He Ubers home. This is relevant, or high off of edibles. I don't judge people that do either. I drink in the evening with my husband. I've never done edibles. I'm just too paranoid. And I haven't smoked weed since I was in my early 20s. It's just not for me. I need to be sober 90% of the time. You know, a couple drinks here and there is one thing for me. I am just living the sober life. That's for me. So we are people, I know there's like two types of people. I wish my hair, like, I guess it's so humid out, my hair kind of lost its curl. Well, there's two types of people. The people that want their curtains shut all the time, and then there's me, who would sleep with their curtains and windows wide open. I know it's not safe. I don't do it if my husband's not home. I lock them and use the a little lock on the window. We love to have the windows open if we can, if it's not too hot or raining. So this evening, it was gorgeous out. We had our windows open. We were watching In the Heat of the Night. That's our new, like, hyperfixation. We're going to watch the whole series. And I heard stuff, but our one neighbors, they often throw, like, parties. These are filthy. They throw parties, and they're loud till, like, midnight on the weekends, and then they go to bed. And I heard screaming from back behind us where there's another house. And I'm like, that's odd. So this went on for about an hour, a lot of banging and screaming. I'm like, that's so weird. And finally we heard something that was really startling, like loud screaming. So my husband got up to go investigate. I wish I had the video because it was on our Ring camera. We had to send it to the police. We've known to stay away from his German Shepherd. He has a beautiful, it's so hard for me too, this gorgeous, like midnight black, all black German Shepherd. But he's aggressive. I mean, so aggressive that the first time he got loose years ago when we first moved in, my daughter and I were stuck in my car for over an hour for them trying to get this dog. My problem is he's very neglectful as far as, or irresponsible as far as, the dog's never muzzled. The dog does not wear a harness to control him. He puts a regular neck collar and leash, and he doesn't take precautions with this dog. I can't force him to. The dog is aggressive, particularly against males. I don't know how he is with other animals. They do have cats in the home, but I notice the cats typically stay upstairs because I always see them in the window. I have 2 little dogs, you know that, and I have a cat. So I'm very fearful now to do anything with them. So it was around, I'd say 11:30 at night. My husband went out to check to see what the noise is because he's an idiot. And the dog attacked him. Luckily, my husband somehow threw a beer can, and because he went out with his beer in his hand, and my husband ran out of his shoes. That's how scary it was. Somehow the beer can distracted the dog enough to get him off our porch. This dog moved in silence, you guys. Like, I've never seen anything like it. There wasn't a sound. He blended in between the 2 cars, and he came out of nowhere and attacked my husband. We called the neighbor and told him the dog was loose and what the hell is going on. Why wouldn't he tell anyone? He told us if we have a gun to shoot the dog. He didn't give a fuck. He hates the dog, to just shoot him. There was people partying next door. They went in. We had to call the police because the neighbor was not doing anything to get this dog in the house, but slamming the door and screaming at the dog and telling people to shoot it. When the police showed up, he got out of his cruiser. The dog was obviously hiding and getting ready to attack the officer. My husband screamed out the window for the officer to get back in his vehicle, that the dog was behind him. The officer actually said to my husband, "You saved my ass because that dog would have attacked me." They got the dog in. I don't know what's happened. They asked for the video. I guess they made a record of it. To me, they should have ticketed the neighbor. The neighbor hasn't said anything. He sent a text apologizing the next day. My husband didn't answer it. He walked over, made a bunch of excuses that he was drunk and this and that. And now I'm fearful because I often have my daughter's friends here and they typically stay outdoors, plus my 2 little dogs. It's unfortunate. I don't blame the dog. I blame the friggin' owner. Same song and dance. I do know that I don't really know much about that breed. I thought that they were very sociable and sweet dogs. It could just be this particular dog. I don't know anything about German Shepherds, other than it was incredibly scary. And luckily my husband wasn't hurt. And he told the neighbor, if this was my wife or daughter, we wouldn't even be discussing this. The saddest part is like what scared me the most is that my daughter had gone out that evening looking for a dress for an event she had. She was a photographer for an event, and she had just gotten home maybe a half hour prior to this happening. And my daughter is 4'11" and 89 pounds and probably would have been hurt. So it's just unfortunate. And the sad thing is that we have our other neighbor. He has a bully breed, the sweetest, loving hippo I've ever met. I worry about him because they often let him out. He does not leave the yard. I've never seen a dog like him. He's so well behaved, and I worry that he could be a target or the little scruffy dog next door. So that's what's been going on. I have to leave right now for work, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you stick around and subscribe. I will edit this tonight, and I will have it up for you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.